G'day, welcome back to another episode of TOGL. Well, as I showed you in the last couple of episodes, can't remember which one it was exactly, but I was using solar power to sort out that wax, render down the beeswax. So now that I've got that beeswax, it's time for me to make some foundation. What foundation is, it's a sheet of wax with the little hexagons all printed into it that I can put into the hive and the bees will make their comb on it. So I've got the silicone molds to make that now. I did go through this probably 2 years ago on one of the videos, but I thought it was probably time I went through it again for some of our newer viewers. So let's have a look. I'll show you how I go through the process of making this foundation. It's one of many things that I've got on today. It's a beautiful day outside, lots to do. So yeah, she's going to be a busy one. Let's see. So I melt down the wax. I've got a glass bowl and it's sitting in a pot of water that's on a very, very slow boil, just enough to warm it, same way you would melt chocolate. And then there's the wax all melted down. Now I haven't filtered that out again. There are a few little impurities in there, but the majority of it's fairly clean. There's no big bits. Now looking over here, this is my work area. And these are my silicone molds. Now I've actually got one in there which I'm just going to take out now, and then I'll show you actually from scratch making one. Excuse my dirty dishes in the corner. It's first thing in the morning, I haven't done the dishes yet. So just excuse me while you won't be seeing me as I explain what happens here. Alright, so the mold comes in two pieces. And I found it's best when it's been in the water. Technically it's wet, but the silicone, like the water just sheds off it so fast, so it's only just a little bit wet. So I clip that together up there. Okay, then I grab a cup full of this melted wax, and then I just peel this back. And I just pour the wax on, and as I do, I just let this down. Fill in the gaps. Probably all I need. And then a little bit will run out the front. So that's why I put it on the greaseproof paper, so that I can catch any bits that run out the front. You want a little bit to run out the front because then it means that you've got it full. Now I just give that a minute or so for all of this excess wax to go solid. And that just goes back into the pot to be melted back down again and ready for the next lot. Almost set. I'll just trim that off with a knife. Grab this, and then I want to put this straight into some cold water, which I've got in the sink. Just hold that under the water for a couple of seconds, and then just leave that there to cool off. Now while that's cooling off, I'll just grab these excess bits of wax, pop them back over into the pot. Again, why I use the greaseproof paper. You don't want to be trying to scratch wax off your bench tops and whatnot. Just pop that in there. Now let's give this a good minute or so to cool right off, and then once that's cooled off, let's get that out, let the water drain off it. Then I just fold that corner and try and peel it back. I try not to lift it up, but peel it back so that I don't damage the wax. Now, I didn't quite get to the end on that one, but that's okay, doesn't matter. It still make a sheet. And then I just flip that over so that I can peel it off this way, because if you try and peel the wax off the sheet rather than the sheet off the wax, quite often you'll just break the sheet. So this way it keeps the sheet flat, the wax sheet that is, and the mold bends away. And then we have it, a sheet of foundation. So I can just put that out to dry. When it's dry, I'll actually cut that down the center, and it gives me enough for 2 frames that will go into the Langstroth hive box. Then we just get these out, set them up, and get ready to make the next sheet. So quite a simple process. It does take a little while to get the hang of it. Well, it took me a while to get the hang of it, but I've been doing this for a little while now, so I find it fairly straightforward. So there we go, that's how I make these foundation sheets. So I'm going to make a few more, and then Kay and I have got some gardening to go and do, and I'll show you the veggie patch and whatnot, and what's going on down there, because everything is just booming at the moment. So we'll head down there very shortly. Okay, we've got some planting to do down the veggie patch. We've been really busy down here in the veggie patch over the last couple of weeks, and it's a beautiful warm day today. So let me give you a quick run through what's going on again and how everything's progressing. So peach trees grown from seed, doing really well. There's that one there and that one there. And we've got over there the front one here, that's a kiwi fruit that Kay grew from seed. That's another kiwi fruit. We're hoping we've got a male and a female. Apparently you need both. Over the back we've got edible green grape, edible red grape. And then this is a little pomegranate we've had for a couple of years, and it just, every winter it gets knocked back. We're hoping it'll come up. Orange tree doing okay. These are our gooseberries. Nice little crop of gooseberries this year. We're just waiting for them to ripen. I'll tuck into some of those. Now we've been espaliering, if that's the word. Espalier is how you do these trees. So the fruit trees are being done like that. Just creates a wall with them, so you just train them, tie them up until they grow in the shape that you want. Figs doing well, feijoa's doing well. Got an orange over the back that died, unfortunately. We espaliered this one as well. And we espaliered this one over back as well. These are all apples. There might be a pear in there, we're not sure. Cherries are finished for this year. We got a couple of dozen cherries, but they're only very small bushes. Now all these pots, these are all the plants that we're going to plant over on that hillside that I was clearing with the brush cutter. So we'll get to that. Orange tree doing all right. We espaliered this plum tree. This was a plum tree I grew from a cutting. Yeah, this was a plum tree that I grew from a cutting from the old rental, and it's doing okay. I espaliered this one as well. Now over here we have red currants and black currants. So we did get a few red currants. That's the little red currant in there. I've eaten a lot of them. So red currant, little red currant, and then these front ones are black currants. You can see there's lots of black currants. Well, not lots, I mean it's only a little bush, but there'll be plenty in there. We'll get some of them out, make something with it. Okay, Kay grew these from seed. Are these, what are these, hun? Pumpkins or? Pumpkins. These are the pumpkins. Kay grew from seed. There's a little bit of Jerusalem artichoke popping up out the back. Lemon balm, doing good, lemon verbena. Our raspberries have been producing heaps of fruit, so much we just couldn't keep up. These are all looking a bit dried out now, but there's still some nice ones in there somewhere. We've been picking kilos and kilos of raspberries. Absolutely delicious. Go well with those blueberries that we got from the blueberry farm. Over into the raised garden beds, we've got onions, shallots all coming up, which is really good. These are our peas, normal garden peas. Big crop of garden peas coming up. And we got carrots coming up, which is great. Over here I think might have been more onions. We've got some little baby spinach popping up, and the rhubarb, we just did a big colour on the rhubarb, that's why it looks sparse. These are all the leaves. We got kilos of rhubarb out the other day. Now these are all tomato plants that Kay's grown from seed, and zucchini chilli. They've all been up in the hothouse and they're about to get planted in the garden. Kay's just been harvesting some garlic. They're only little garlic bulbs, but
I got a couple of decent sized ones.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So we've got some fresh garlic, and then we'll replant into here. These are the sweet potatoes. That one's doing really good. That one's doing okay. Passion fruit vines coming along really well. This is a new one that Kay grew from seed. That one survived last winter, which is fantastic. And potatoes just going gangbusters. They're into flower now. So we'll be harvesting maybe in 4 to 6 weeks some potatoes. Our spinach down the back's all bolted and gone to seed, so we'll collect some of that seed.
That's been in for about 2 years.
2 years, yeah. So I mean, we can still pull some of the little leaves off and eat them. But yeah, that's gone to seed. Now over here we've got some rhubarb, we've got baby beets and normal size beetroots. These are snow peas over the back, so they're a little bit behind. There's a little baby one right there, but a little bit behind.
Is he going with you, Cody?
And then we've got beans in there. These were all little lettuces, if I remember correctly. They're not doing so good. Probably a bit hot for the lettuces now, but yeah, the beans are growing well. Another potato's popped up in the corner. These are watermelons. So hopefully they'll come along all right. Kay's got some of her flowers growing. We espaliered that fruit tree and that fruit tree. Doing a lot of that. Now we've moved the IBC right here into the corner with the water. I'm building like a little shack in here, and the shack will be to protect the battery and the watering pump and all that sort of stuff, and then I can mount the solar panel onto the shed. So that's a work in progress. Corn, still potatoes popping up. They pop up everywhere, but the corn's coming along, starting to get a bit of size. We have an artichoke, normal globe artichoke, because Cody kicked the other one out of the ground. He thought it was a thistle, and you can see why they do look like a thistle, so we had to get another one. And the asparagus is just hanging in there, but I think we're just letting it go, and hopefully next year we'll get a better crop on that. So that is the progress on the veggie patch and orchard, if you would call it. You may have noticed some heavy earth moving equipment over the back. I'll address that a little later on, but for now we're going to get some planting done and then head over the other side and do some planting up on the side of the hill. This afternoon I've got to go and check some of my beehives, so we'll head over there as well. Busy day. Right, next job for the afternoon. Heading down to Burnie and got a couple of hives to check down there. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of honey out of it. So these are, one's a hive that's been set up for a bit over a year. The other one is one that I only caught, maybe it was a swarm I caught 6-8 weeks ago. So they're pretty new, so we'll see how they're going. All right, well, it's a warm one today. So hence shorts and t-shirt, but I'll get suited up. We're here now where we need to get the honey out from the bees. We'll see how much is in there. I found that by putting this cap on, the whole hood arrangement in this sits better. Otherwise I found it kept falling down over my eyes. I think I know the person flying that plane. That looks like the red foxbat. The channel I've been watching called the Wandering Foxbat. So yeah, check it out. Some beautiful aerial scenery of Tassie. I reckon that's who it was. It's a pretty unique plane. Alrighty, grab some tools, we'll go and have a look. So this little hive just behind me here, that's one of the ones, one of the swarms that I caught probably 6-8 weeks ago. So we'll see how well they're doing. Loaded. I need another box on there. Absolutely loaded with honey. It's fantastic. They're doing really well. So I've got to get all this out from under the lid. It can't be under there. Now, this one's been set up for well over a year now, and I've got a queen excluder. I couldn't take any of the comb out of the other one because every comb either wasn't completely full of honey or it had honey and brood. You can't take it. With the queen excluder, hopefully there's honey up here, there'll be no brood, and then we can take some frames. starting to fill them with honey, but they haven't capped it yet. So we're still a week or two off being able to harvest these ones. We'll have a look down below anyway, just in case. Now that's what we're looking for. Full honey, no brood, and it's all capped. So that is one that we're going to take. Alright, well that didn't go too badly. What I've learnt from that though is that I need to get a queen excluder onto one of those boxes. I also think I need to get a sheet of vinyl in on that other box that had built up into the lid. Maybe that'll stop them, because I had that over in the other box. Anyway, we'll give that a crack. So I'll get those bits and pieces. I'll go back later and do that. Right now I've got to shoot home, have a quick bite to eat for dinner, and then we still got a few hours of daylight. So Kay and I, now that it's a bit cooler, we'll get down, we'll plant some more of those plants we wanted to. Then I've got to shoot back down into Penguin, and I've got to go and collect that hive from the swarm you saw me get out of the wall last week. They've been settled in for a couple of days. They're doing really well. Looks like we've got the queen. So I just got to go down, seal them up after dark, bring the hive back up to the block. That'll be their new home. It's been a very busy day today, but very productive. I like days like this. And a quick update on those trees that we were planting on the back. So we started getting them planted in, and then Kay got stung by a bee. And then another one started buzzing around, and once you've been stung once, those pheromones are on you. They put out like an attack signal, and the bees were circling. I said, get in the car, just head back up the top. And then I finished planting these out, and the camera was in the car, so I didn't get to film any of it. But we've put in 19 trees down the front here, and I put 2 up the back, so 21 in total. There's still a lot more to go in yet, but this was the area that we've started to plant out, which is really cool. So I'm just going to give them a quick water. Like I said, it's been a couple of days, and then get on with a few other things. And another quick update. You remember that big olive tree that I bought a couple of months back? It's actually got shoots now. So I was a little worried that it wasn't going to grow, but it's sprouting nice new shoots all the way up the branches here. Over on this one, like all the branches, all the main branches have little shoots on them, so really happy with that. So that won't result in fruit this summer, because it's just going to get those branches on. But then hopefully next summer we should get a good crop of olives off that. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And another quick update. Our Quamby hen that's been sitting on eggs for the last few weeks has hatched a little one. Just the one, not quite sure why, but just the one's hatched, and it's looking really healthy. It was picking at the sawdust there, so we decided that we needed to put a little bit of the chick raising food in that nest box. And you can see it's now standing on that chick raising food. Mother hen likes it. Or maybe she's just teaching baby what to do. And you can see the little ones picked it straight up and eating now. So it's really good to see. So getting back to that heavy machinery, as you can see behind me, we've got a couple of rows being put through. That's not the only thing we've got getting put through though. We've got 300 acres here. We did have permission to create another field, a field that's going to be around about 12 to 13 acres. So there's only really one flattish spot on the block, and that's up on this ridge. So we contacted a logging agency, and they're actually paying us to take the trees so that we can create one more paddock. So do the math, 13 acres of 300 acres, you know, we're talking about probably only like 4 or 5%. My math's not that great off the top of my head, but this is what we're doing. So this is probably about a quarter of the area. So there'll be a lot more right further back that'll get cleared. But as you can see, like the trees up here are really tall and straight, so they're very valuable as milling timbers, and it will give us a valuable pasture up here and also provide a little bit of income as well. So all in all, it ends up being a win. It is only a very small percent of the block, and I can sacrifice that. So yeah, it took a long time to come to that decision, but we feel that for the development of the property, this was actually a step in the right direction. We take a small amount of that forest out, get paid for it, someone clears the land for us, we've got more pasture. We do want to, down the track, you know, get some cows and some sheep and those sorts of things. We just needed a little bit more pasture, and that's that. And we get this road pushed through as well. All a part of the project, for want of a better word, deal. It's just all a part of the deal. So anyway, I will endeavour to show you a little bit of aerial, and you might get a little bit more of an idea of exactly the scale of what's happening. So you can see that the road is nice and white now. That's from all of the gravel we've been putting down. It's a very good gravel too, packing in nicely. Definitely won't be any problems this coming winter once it starts getting wet again. So we've had the road veer off to the left, and that's where it goes down and crosses over the dam. And that's also where we stopped the gravel at this point. So you can see that little patch there right in the middle of the screen. That is a landing area, staging area. That's where the logs will be brought to be put on the truck. It'll also make a great little paddock for us right near where the house will be. Once they're finished, we'll just get the grass to grow. So the road continues to come up around this way. They've done a great job pushing this road through over to the back ridge. So really valuable access for us to get across there now. And then you can see this is the main area where they're starting to log. So there's a ridge right here that will get cleared off, one of the few flat places on the block. And again, once they're all finished logging, we just clean up, plant grass, put a fence around it. We've got a great paddock. So that's how far left it'll log, and over to the right there, another line, there you go. So it's just that top ridge that'll be logged. So from the river on the right, all the way up to the left, all that bush, and all the way back to where this next line will appear, that's all our bush. So as you can see, we are taking just a very small patch on the top of one of the hills. Doing a little bit of fencing up around the house here, making a bigger area for the dogs to run around in. Anyway, I hope you've liked this episode. There's been lots of different stuff in it, and as I said last week, there is lots happening. This is going to be a really busy year. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe or leave a comment. It all helps the channel get promoted out there for other people to find it, and hopefully it'll be of interest to them too. So thanks very much for watching. You have yourselves a great weekend and a great week. Stay safe, take care. I'll catch you guys next Friday. Cheers.